Welcome. Trade recap for August 18th. Took a loss today. Honestly, a really good loss in my personal opinion. We had pretty much everything I wanted to see for a quick market open trade. It is playing out now, but Ray took the loss, so I'm not going to put more capital on the day, especially because of the fact that we whipped back so far. But very good trade day, in my opinion. I think that we had very good draws on liquidity, very good conditions to trade with. It just happened to whip back, have a really good stop hunt before we moved back lower again. But let's break it down real quick. So on the 4-hour time frame, we're obviously just bearish. I mean, we're obviously delivering to this weekly fair value gap here. That is the main high time frame draw on liquidity. On the daily time frame on ES, we just swept out this daily internal low. But what we did after we swept out this 4-hour internal low is we left a lot of very good low resistance draws on liquidity. And also we do have very good draws on liquidity to the upside as well. So I was honestly neutral on the day, depending on how market reacted off of certain levels. I was willing to target the low resistance on the top side or on the bottom side, depending on how we moved. So at pre-market-ish overnight, we reacted off this 2-hour, seeing a very solid move. And also from this 2-hour, we had a sponsored 30-minute that we tapped into in pre-market, making this 30-minute internal high. And on ES, we had this 5-minute gap right here. The only thing that was wrong with this trade was the fact that we do have low resistance up here. But I do believe that for this low resistance to be achieved, we were going to want to achieve this bottom side first because of the way market was moving. So what happened at open was we came up and we took out this 30-minute internal high, while on ES creating this more low resistance liquidity. So we came and we created this low above London highs, and then we tapped this 5-minute perfectly in line with this 30-minute internal high. From there, we saw a 1-minute inversion. The inversion was all the way down here, so I actually waited for market to pull back into this 1-minute fair value gap that's sponsored by the 30-minute sweep. And then once this candle was printing, I saw these rejection wicks, very strong rejections here on ES, and then we were starting to move bearish. I entered on the trade, putting my stops above this wick of the displacing candle, and I was just targeting a 1-to-1 at these lows. Why I think this went wrong is probably just because of the idea of wanting to take a stop hunt to be able to run this low resistance liquidity. I expect this to go all the way to London lows now. And then after we reach London lows, I do expect this to run to these 4-hour and this 2-hour LFEG. Or no, it's not an LFEG. This is a 2-hour fair value gap. Mostly just to achieve this low resistance liquidity right here. So honestly, a pretty good loss. I definitely expected price to want to reach these lows. I think that's what the main draw is right now, until 10 o'clock, really. So yeah, I don't think it was a bad trade. I definitely think it fell under A minus criteria, I would say. Like I said, the only thing that was working against it was this low resistance, but that doesn't even really play a factor into this right now, in my opinion. We came up and we had the stop hunt, and we were leaving this because we want to take out these orders first on this low resistance to be able to run to that. So really good loss. Honestly, on a little bit of a losing streak right now. I've been having a lot of break evens and wins here and there, but honestly, it's been pretty choppy with my P&L for the last week and a half. But we're gonna lock back in. We all good. We've been here so many times. It's part of being a trader. You got to be okay with taking losses, and you cannot let it mess with your psyche too much. If you do let it mess with your psyche, that losing streak isn't just to become a losing streak. It's going to become a new psychological pattern for you. So be okay to just come back tomorrow, take one trade and be done. I very much was confident in putting my capital on this. I would have done it again. Honestly think it's a very good trade. But that's it for today. I am actually officially going to start putting together the how to trade NQ blueprint with my trading model over 3 to 4 years of back tested data all those types of things. So it's going to be a very long series. It's probably going to be 10 hours of content. I'm probably going to release them independently, and then I'll put them all into one like big 8 or 10 hour video, also for a whole beginner's guide or whatever. But I'm gonna start working on that. No promises on how long it's gonna take for all of it to get out, but I do want to start working on it and getting out for you guys. But that's it for today. Hope you guys learned something. Hope you guys had better luck with the trade than I did today. But honestly, if you took this, don't beat yourself up. I think it's a very obvious draw on liquidity. It's sponsored. You can see that price is very aggressively moving towards that area now after the stop hunt. It is especially so. The reason why I didn't re-enter on this is, one, because I don't like re-entries if you took a loss. Second of all, we were too close at this point to this 2 hour internal high and the 4 hour gap. I think it's a 4 hour gap. 1 second. Oh no, that was just another draw on liquidity. Yeah. So that's just the 2 hour and then this high, this low resistance. So that's why I didn't feel comfortable with the re-entry really. But still, if you took this trade, I think it's very much sponsored and it has very obvious draws on liquidity. So I'll catch you guys later. God bless. Stay safe. And yeah, peace out.